Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico with the Creativity Cave. I'm so excited to share with you the first of 7 weeks of amazing projects for the Santa's Little Elves design team. I was so honored to be asked to be a part of this group, and each week we're going to provide you with an amazing card, gift, or packaging project idea. So the first week is actually going to be a boxed set of cards. So let me show you how they go together because they're amazing and they're really simple. I'm going to be using the Colorful Seasons and Snowflake Sentiments stamp set. I love this beautiful Merry Christmas from our family to yours. Of course, you can use any of the sentiments that come in here. And there's some great I like to call them any words that you can put inside of your cards. And then I just love the snowflakes from the Colorful Seasons stamp set, which I know so many of you have, so these are perfect to use. All right, we're going to do a little non-traditional color with the powder pink card, which I think is really pretty. I'm going to start with a piece of powder pink cardstock and then my crumb cake card base. So I'll just fold that in half. And I'll protect my work surface because I'm going to do a little stamping on here. I'm going to really go for that vintage look on my project today. So I'm going to stamp some snowflakes with some basic gray ink, but I want to get rid of that first layer of ink so they're not too intense on my pink paper. So I'll just stamp that off. And then you can see I get a nice light, pretty shade on my card. So I'll just do a few cards. We're going to cover this half up, so we're not even going to worry about that side. And then I will, woo! That was dark. Let's start that once more. Okay. Luckily, there are 2 sides to every sheet of cardstock. That makes me happy. Okay, I haven't had a whoopsie like that in a while, so... Okay, there we go. There's my background. Next, I'm going to take some crumb cake ink and a sponge, and I'm going to just sponge the edges. And again, this is to give my card a nice vintage look. Okay, so I've just did a little sponging. Next, I've cut a piece of Merry Music DSP, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to sponge a little bit of crumb cake ink on the top of this just to kind of give it that vintage, old look. I don't want to go too crazy, just kind of give it a little color. Then I'm going to take my powder pink and do the same just to the edges, and that kind of brings in the pink on my card, which I think is really pretty. You can either, I kind of like holding it up when I do the edges. And again, we're not going crazy. We're not coloring crazy, just a little pink. So you can kind of see it along the edges. Just adds a nice little touch. Okay, next, we're going to adhere this to our piece of cardstock that we did. I love this DSP because you can really just do anything with it because it's just black and white. So it's a lot of fun. Okay, I've got that down. Now I'm going to kind of bring that vintage look through with some of our lace trim. And I will just put some fast fuse on the edges here. And then just string this across. Like so, and adhere that on the back, and then of course I'll trim it. Oh, where are my scissors? So that's easy. And then I'm going to take one of our gorgeous foil snowflakes. So these come in a package with gold and silver, and you can use whichever you want. Actually, either one would really work. Since I did a silver, I'll do a gold on this one. And I'm going to cut it in half because I just need half for this project. And since these are precious, I don't have to use them all right now. I'm just going to put a little bit of fast fuse oops, I forgot my check mark, down the center like so, and that will adhere to this piece. Oh, and I can put this on my crumb cake card base as well. Next, I've die cut myself some layering ovals. I've got one in very vanilla and one in a scalloped one in powder pink. So I'm going to stamp that with the sentiment. This time I'm going to do my full strength basic gray ink like that. And then I'm going to do a little sponging with my crumb cake around the edge, just to, again, make this a little bit vintage looking. And then I'll adhere it to that scalloped oval. Now I've got all the photos and everything on my blog, so you can check that out and see all these details up close and in person. And actually the photos on my blog use shimmer pink ribbon, which it turns out I only have this much left of. So I substituted the powder pink finely woven ribbon and it works just fine. The shimmer, of course, is lovely because, you know, it adds a little shimmer. But when you are out, you just make do with what you've got. So, oops. Okay. So I'll just kind of do a zigzag of the ribbon. And to adhere that, I'm going to carefully put some Fast Fuse over this snowflake, and then I'll put a little more over here. And then I'll just kind of adhere this on my card like so. And you're covering a lot of this up, so if it looks kind of ugly there, it doesn't matter, because when you put this on top, it'll look good. All right, now I'm going to pop my oval up right over the top, and to do that, I like using some of my edge pieces for my dimensionals. Got to use those up anyway, right? And then we'll just kind of set that right over the top. Now on my card, I put a clear faceted gem, but for this one, I could probably do a gold faceted gem, but you can use whatever you've got handy. It doesn't have to be one of these. And one little one left. Just set that right there. So pretty. Isn't this gorgeous? Oh my gosh, I just love it. Now, I think another thing I could do is a little spritzing. Don't you guys think? So I'm just going to smack my clear Wink of Stella on here. I'm just smacking against my scissor. Okay, and what that does is it gives me a little shimmer to my card. Can you see that? There. It's kind of hard to catch in the camera, but do you see the sparkles on there? It's really pretty. Okay, now these cards are gorgeous, but don't you think we need to package them up in a perfect box for gift giving? So I'm going to take one of our clear acetate boxes, and they're all ready to go. My goodness. Oh, here we go. We're just going to fold them on the score lines that are already there. I was having some trouble with that. Goodness gracious. And just assemble the box. Got a little scrap stuck with static electricity, but it's gone now. All right, so I've assembled my box, which is awesome. So cute. And I'm going to go ahead and put my cards right in here. Of course, I can get 5 cards and envelopes in this box. They'll fit. Actually, I probably will do 4, just because that's a nice number. But let's jazz this up. I mean, it's pretty like this, but we can make it even prettier. I've gone ahead and started, I sponged the crumb cake on this strip of paper along with the edges in the pink. This is actually, I cut it at 12 inches, but it only needs to be 11, so I'll snip that excess off. I'm going to go ahead and adhere these layers together. And then we're going to create a gorgeous belly band for our card that we can give. Now, I think this would be a beautiful gift for anybody on your list, but also would make a really nice hostess gift if you're attending a holiday party or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this around my card. I want it to be pretty on the front, so I'm just going to cover like this, and then just kind of bend it around the card like so. And then I'll adhere these ends that overlap together. I'm going to put a couple strips of Fast Fuse on here. And then, sorry, it's moving on me. And then affix that. So pretty. Oh. Okay, and by the way, all the dimensions for everything I've used are on my blog as well. All right, now the last thing I'm going to do to jazz this up is I'm going to take another one of these. I already pre-stamped and sponged everything. I'm going to take that along with a whole snowflake this time and adhere this to the front. I'm just going to put a couple of strips of Fast Fuse down for my snowflake. So pretty. And then of course we'll pop this up. Now let's see if I have enough of this shimmer ribbon to do on the front. If I don't, I'll use my, oh, I think I can do it. Let's see, it was ripped right off the ribbon roll. That's all I had left. I thought I had another roll, but I didn't. So of course I'll be ordering. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna snip the end so it's kind of cute. Put that across like so. If you want to use your oval as a guide, you certainly can. Kind of adjust that till you like it. And then we'll pop this right over the top. It's so pretty. Now that shimmer is nice in the ribbon. That's why I added it to my card, because if I didn't have the shimmer ribbon, I could still get some shimmer on there. So I've got that attached, so pretty. And then last but not least, I'm going to include another one of those clear faceted gems. Oops, I left the adhesive on my sheet, so I'll just press it back on there and then scrape it off. And there is my gorgeous card box. Isn't this amazing? Such a great idea for gift giving, and of course with all the cards in there, it's a really nice gift. So I hope you enjoyed this. Come back next Friday for more inspiration, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking that little box right there. And of course there's lots more inspiration on my blog, so check it out. The link is in the description of this video. And thank you so much for stamping with me today, guys. We'll see you again soon. Bye.